Hello and welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to talk about my new experiment, which is about worrying, and it relates to the experiment that I was doing last year. So last year, you guys may have been with me, may not have been with me. I've been on a long hiatus from this channel for a while. Last year I decided, because I was listening to that Mark Manson book, the guy to like not giving a fuck, blah blah blah. I don't know, you've probably seen it. I forget the title of it. I shouldn't have made this video without knowing the title of the book that I'm recommending. It's because I'm not reading that book now. But anyway, I read I know the author's name. It's Mark Manson's book. It's the orange book. It's about not giving a fuck. I think it's called like How to Not Give a Fuck. In it, he does this chapter about this other man named like Thomas Paine, who decided that he would do a year-long experiment. Basically, in the experiment, he decided that he was going to just not view himself as a failure anymore, and that's not the exact words, but that's the gist I got from it. But he was going to just take everything in his life and just pretend that he was in control of everything. And he was just going to go forward, and he was going to just try to be successful and just stop worrying about like other outside things. So I took from that chapter, like, I'm not going to view my life and myself as a failure anymore. I'm just going to move forward to this point. And it was going really well, and I still kind of held on to that, even though I faltered a lot and I kind of stepped away from you guys and this channel for a while. Basically, I had, then later the same year, actually about a year ago, this month, because it's April now, I had this woman that started stalking me at work, which was really weird because at first she was a woman that like had all these problems, and I was always trying to think about solutions and how I could help her out. So I don't want to be like flashing y'all. I think that's gross. Just ignore this shirt. It's from Pride, Vegan Pride. This restaurant I like though. So basically, this woman started coming after me, and I was shocked. Like, I couldn't believe it had happened, because she was someone that like I really cared about, because I felt so sorry for her, which that was kind of interesting. Like, I didn't realize at the time that she was just like emotionally manipulating me into like really caring about her, when she didn't have to do that. Like, I'm a really friendly person. Like, you don't have to like manipulate me into like worrying about your problems all the time. But she would talk like how she's gonna become homeless in a couple weeks and this and that. And I have been there. Like, I mean, I've told you guys before, I have been there where I did not know like what I was gonna do for food or where I was gonna sleep that night, and just desperately clinging to some sense of self and then sleeping in my car. So this woman, like, all of a sudden she flipped on me. I think she has Alzheimer's. I knew she was a little bit off, but I think she might have Alzheimer's, just from like the similarity in the symptoms between her and some other people that I've known that have Alzheimer's, and just between like my grandmother had it too, and she got real nasty. This woman became like real nasty with me, and other customers, they warned me. They were like, "This woman's crazy, Stephanie. Like, do not worry about her." Like, but I was just like, "Oh, you guys don't understand. You just don't give her the time of day. She's just worried about like losing her home and this and that." So anyway, she left me like a threatening note. She came in and like verbally attacked me with this man, which triggered all sorts of like craziness in my head. Just having like two people yell at me like that, and then like my boss refusing to call the cops, like that was like a real wake-up call. Like, I thought they were gonna like attack me, because that's the way they were yelling, and then they were like congratulating each other like when they made me upset, which was even weirder. So then she started following me around here and there, and she still follows me sometimes. It's a year later, and this woman will not let it go. The day she came at me and like tried to apologize, and then she started like the scream fest, I'm really glad I didn't accept her apology, because I could tell she was, one, full of it, and then two, I could tell that if I forgave her now, it would just give her license and permission to break my boundaries again. And it's not just my boundaries, it's like the boundaries of any healthy human being would have. It's like, you don't leave someone like a threatening note saying you're going to break their finger. You don't come at them with a man screaming. You don't follow them around in your vehicle and start to stalk them. You don't tell all of the other customers that I'm crazy. She was telling all these people that I was crazy. All of a sudden I was getting like, nobody would talk to me. Everyone thought I was like this crazy violent person. I'm like, well, I definitely have my issues, but I'm very professional at work, very professional and real with people at work, and I'm caring and I care about them. And it takes a lot of energy and effort. I had done nothing wrong to these people, but she was spinning all these crazy lies about me. I was like, wow, that's crazy. So I got really upset about what people would think about me, and all these bad things from my past just kept coming in, just like when my mom did that. My mom basically did that with my family. She was like, anytime anything would go wrong, it was all Stefanie's fault. She would say I was this and that, and violent, mean, and cruel, and like I just didn't care about her. All this stuff was like not true, and then my family, they just like kept away from me. Like especially the extended family, because like I really wanted the extended family to like me because they didn't have her around them all the time, and they seemed to like me before this, but that's all gone, and that's not coming back. I have another video about that where I tried to write to my great aunt and be like, because she wasn't very old then when I wrote to her, and I was like, you understand, I grew up with all this violence and this and that, like I really just need help, like I need to know what to do with my life, and I need someone to believe me that all this happened. And she basically wrote me off as a liar because my mom had been telling her, unbeknownst to me, for 17 years I was a big liar. And this is the first time like I was able to become honest and open about these awful things that happened. So when this woman started doing that between me and the other customers, I was like, what am I gonna do? So actually I gained 15 pounds, which was awful because I was eating really healthy. But I was just eating way too much, and like I was eating really healthy, plus eating like a lot of crap on top of it. So that's a lot there. I just kept thinking about how I was a failure in the past, and then in the past and all these other things. And if I had done better in my life before, I'd have a better job, and I wouldn't have to deal with this woman, and I'd be in a better place, and I would feel more secure, and I'd have more money, and this and that, blah 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 blah. So my not viewing life as a failure experiment. But basically the first main obstacle, which was a big one. I mean, not everyone expects like someone to threaten your life, try to hit you with their vehicle. Oh yeah, she tried to hit me with her car too, that was terrifying. That bothered me for days. Following me around. The police have like a 13-page report of all the instances with dates and times and everything, and I have a whole memory card full of just videos of her following me and stuff. So I have a bunch of evidence if she does kill me, like it's fine. I don't think she will. She's had a year to do it. She hasn't done it yet. She won't. Oh, she tried to hit this other woman with a stick that she thought was me. And then when she found out it wasn't me, she like went away. So that's exciting. Anyway, enough about that stupid woman. So my first main obstacle for the not viewing life as a failure, which was a big obstacle, but you know, we're gonna have big obstacles in this life, like basically just set me reeling into this like whole letting my past bother me again saga, which is something I've been trying to work away from my whole life. And then, like I told you guys last week, I had that crazy man come and bully me on my main channel that I do with my boyfriend. Ooh, Milo and Stefanie do FL. And basically, I was like, this man's gonna find me. This man's gonna try to kill me. I have what the outside of my house looks like in 2 of our videos. I have what my car looks like in 1 or 2 videos. I mean, it's not like the license plate, but I lost it. I'm like, this is gonna kill me. And I think it was because of A, my past, and B, that woman who has been trying to terrorize me for the last year, although she's slowed down a lot now, thankfully. And I don't have to be around her anymore, which is good. But she still tries to come and find me, which is bad. So that set me reeling too, and I kept thinking about how, like, my father, like, was so violent and unreasonable, and how my mother was so violent and unreasonable. And I went into this, like, deep depression for, like, 7 days. I also have a new boss at work who was, like, picking on everybody, basically called me a liar to my face, has been stressing people out, micromanaging. I was like, I've had other bosses that micromanage me too. Woo! So I was really upset about that. So I went to this like crazy just darkness because of my past. And because of that, I found my next experiment. And that is I am listening to the ebook, which is like How to Stop Worrying and How to Start Living, which is copyright 1944 by this gentleman named Carnegie, which is over 6 million copies sold. And it's great. It is like a great book. It's just like Mark Manson's book, which I've listened to about 10 times. Oh, and don't give me crap about not reading books. I listen to books. And I listen to them over and over and over. And that's just what works for me. I used to be like a reader and then also like a Kindle like reader. And that's good too, but I really like to listen to books. I feel like, so I repeat them. I repeat things out loud when I listen to it. That might be why. I remember them better. And when it's like an important book, like something like How to Not Give a Fuck and Have Better Values, and then this new book, How to Stop Worrying, like that's just what works better for me. And I probably shouldn't even have to say that in this, on our channel, on our safe space here, because I know like one of the things I'm trying to do is not worry about haters, especially after that crazy man, which was like, whoa, 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 on the other channel, whoa, and I'm like, ah! Which are probably just like the ramblings of some drunken idiot, but still. So that is my next experiment. I'm going to, one, try to go back to not viewing my life as a failure, because it is so much easier to go forward and walk around in life when you're not going the whole time. I'm such a failure. I'm so stupid. Like, yes, I'm very stupid. That's fine. Yes, I have failed immensely. Why is that a bad thing? I'm just gonna accept it. I'm dumb and I failed, so I'm just not gonna like look at life like I'm a failure. And two, I'm listening to the How to Stop Worrying book, which I mean, I'm into chapter 6, chapter 7 on the audiobook, but it's really chapter 6. I think, or it might just be like section 6. It's I'm about an hour in. I think it's 9 hours to listen to total, somewhere around there. I'm just, yeah, it's just I'm gonna live day by day. I'm not gonna worry about stuff. So I've changed my personal mantra, which I didn't really have like one that I said all the time, except for like, oh, fuck that, which I do. I still use the fuck that sometimes, but I just say now when I'm upset, I'm just not gonna worry about it. And I just try to think about solutions. Like when something is really upsetting me, I just try to think, okay, I'm just not gonna worry about it. What are my solutions? And it's basically what they've said to do in the book, like over and over again, but in different ways and different iterations. And I'm just not gonna worry about it. So the next time I get a bully on either this channel or my own Stefanie Do FL, first of all, I'm not gonna worry about it. Second of all, I'm still not gonna stop what I'm doing. Third of all, I'm just not gonna like worry about it. I'm either gonna respond to him like I did in like 3 or 4 videos because I was just so hurt because I found he was like so off base, or I'm just not gonna worry about it and not respond to him and keep putting stuff up and see what happens. I mean, those are my 2 choices. He'll eventually get bored and go away, or he'll just keep coming here, or coming there, or whatever. Like, it's not gonna stop me. I'm just not gonna worry. And I'm also, another solution I had, which I mentioned in the other video that I did last week, I'm going to not show the outside of my house or my cars. And I always put up videos delayed too. Like I live stream here at home on that channel, which he's not going to be able to find. And if he can't find it, I can call the police. Or I have a hatchet. I could just axe him to death with a hatchet. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not a murderer. So I'll just call the cops. It'll be fine. Just not going to worry about it. So see, I just keep saying I'm just not going to worry about it. So that's what's working for me. So hopefully if you're having a problem worrying, this will lead you to either Mark Manson's or Mr. Carnegie's books about like self-improvement. Just, I really like them both. I don't think one's better than the other. I think they're both really good and they're both similar. You can work on changing your personal mantras. My one therapist told me to write post-it notes to myself. Like, I love myself. And I really think, like, even though I kind of talk about it in my blog a little bit like, it was kind of stupid, it definitely reinforced to me that, like, yes, I do love myself. Let's kill some bitches. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to end off the video. I'm not going to actually literally kill bitches. That's just a figure of speech, and I'm just not going to worry about it. And I really hope that you guys liked coming by today and like to talk about this thing with me. If you have anything that you do for your personal mantras, how you view life, or about how you deal with worrying, just leave them below. I will read them and I will write back to you. And I will see you next time. There's also a couple blog posts that I'll link below in StefaniesSunshineMasterblog.com. I'm actually in the middle of typing one right now, finishing up my one about worrying to go with this episode. Haha! But and then I thought, well, why might I just embed this video that I haven't made yet into that blog post, and I'll put that blog post in the details of this video. Synergy. I don't know if that's the word. Alright, thank you guys. Please subscribe for more videos. We'll see you next time.